All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Jason Brown here, coming to you from the fabulous campus of Kennesaw State University, home of the Fighting Owls, and also my alma mater, where I earned not one but two debt-free degrees. Now today, continuing our topic of how to avoid student loan debt, today's topic is how to save money while in college. So today I'm going to present to you my top 8 tips on how to save money while in college. So the first tip, we're just going to get right into it. The first tip is attend an in-state public school. It should be kind of an obvious choice, but I don't think people realize the tremendous cost difference between public and private school, but also in-state versus out-of-state school. So the average tuition from published reports, the average tuition of a public in-state school is $10,230 a year, while an out-of-state school, which is also public, would be more than double, be $26,290 per year. So if you think about the difference of just that one decision, if you decide to just stay in state versus out of state, you're saving on average $16,000 a year. You multiply that by 4 years, if you go ahead and get your degree in 4 years, that's $64,000 that you are going to save on potential student loan debt or out of cost expenses. That is a tremendous cost difference by that one decision. So I would strongly encourage you to consider in-state versus out-of-state. So number 2, the second tip to save money while you're in college is to live at home. Now I understand that's not an option for everybody. Luckily for me, when I was an undergrad, my parents lived 7 miles from campus, and at the time Kennesaw State was a commuter school, so they actually didn't even offer any on-campus housing or apartments or anything like that. Times have changed, they do now, but I actually had to live at home, or I guess I could have gotten an apartment off campus, but it would have just been too expensive. So my parents let me live at home. That allowed me to save a tremendous amount of money, and it allowed me to work and pay my own way through school. So if you have the option or the parents that will allow you to stay at home, and even if your parents charge you a nominal rent, you're still going to save a lot of money doing that versus getting an apartment on campus or off campus. That's where it gets really expensive. So if you have the opportunity to live at home, do it. Even if it's for a year or two, do it. You will save money. So moving on to number 3, this is one that I don't think a lot of people think about, is ditch your car. The average cost of a car, according to AAA, the average cost of owning a car in 1 year is $9,000. When you think about all the expenses of owning a car, that includes a car payment, insurance payment, maintenance, repairs. Oh, I got to get new tires. Oh, now I need a new battery. Got to get the oil changed. Oh, not to mention registration every year. You got to get the tag, ad valorem tax here in Georgia. We have all these taxes. That adds up. So this is really for if you are a student and you live on campus, you might not even need a car because you can walk, you can ride your bike, a skateboard, get your e-scooter, bum rides, catch an Uber or a Lyft, and get around, because pretty much your entire world is going to be on campus. Now there's going to be a lot of grocery stores and stuff. They're probably going to be just slightly off campus, so you can find your way to get to those if needed, Uber or Lyft, or borrow a friend's car, something like that. Just think about what you would save if you avoided the cost of owning a car for 4 years in college. So $9,000 a year on average to own a car per year. That's $36,000 if you just avoided having a car for 4 years. That is a tremendous amount of money that you can put towards school, avoid student loan debt, save the money, whatever you wanted to do, invest it, whatever. I mean, that's a chunk of change. One other thing I'll mention is a lot of large campuses or campuses that may be spread out, they'll offer a shuttle system. Like here at Kennesaw State, they have the Bob, which is the the big owl bus. So the Bob actually will take students to all different parts of campus. It'll actually take you off campus to some of the apartments. It'll take you to the Walmart, to the grocery stores that are close by. So look and see if your college of choice offers a shuttle system as well. That's all going to be included in your cost of tuition and fees. So that's already paid for. So take advantage of that, public transit. So let's move on to number 4. The number 4 way to save money while you're in college is to maximize your campus amenities. So what do I mean by that? So you may or may not know you already pay for a lot of things that you have at your disposal at school. They're called activity fees, they're called student fees, they're called athletic fees, they're called parking fees. That's all part of your tuition, wrapped into your tuition. So get an itemized statement of what all you're paying for and find out what you could take advantage of. So for example, here at Kennesaw State, we have a big giant workout facility, a gym, a pool, several pools, a rock climbing wall. It's like a big giant Lifetime Fitness, if you're familiar, or a LA Fitness. We have one on campus. You're paying for it already. Why go get a LA Fitness membership when you can go ahead and work out on campus for free? Well, it's really not free, you've already paid for it. So that's one amenity. Another amenity, the library. People overlook the library. That is a tremendous source for you. You go to the library, you have access to free software, books, materials, computers, printers. All type of resources are available at your disposal at your school library. So check out and see what all the library offers for you. Again, you've already paid for that in your tuition and fees. Some of the other things, athletics. We talked about an athletic fee. So a lot of the school sporting events are free to students or discounted. Obviously football is probably going to be a discounted student ticket rate, but a lot of they call them the non-revenue sports, so like volleyball or maybe basketball, men's basketball is revenue, but maybe like the women's sports or the Olympic sports, they call them. A lot of these other sports, soccer is one, you probably can get in free with your student ID because you're paying for that out of your student activity fee. So check that out too. So you have the opportunity to go to all of these sporting events for either a discounted rate or for free. So that's another thing you could check into. So let's move on. Number 5, the 5th tip to save money while you're in college is to ask for student discounts, right? So that student ID card, I will be honest, a moment of truth, I think I used my student ID card for about 10 years after I graduated college. You can get discounts at movie theaters, really anywhere that you just ask. Wherever you go, hey, do you guys offer a student discount? You'd be surprised how many people offer a student discount. It might not be that much. Restaurants, it might be 5 or 10%, but I do know there's a No Charlie's here right off campus. On Thursdays, they offer 25% discount to students. So just show them your ID card, you get 25% off. There's a lot of, Best Buy, that's another one. Best Buy, you just show them you go on their website and put in your student email address, and you have access to now student discounts. They're going to email you coupons to get laptops or any type of material, iPads, whatever. And that's how I actually bought my laptop when I went to grad school. I got a coupon for $100 off for a laptop just because all I did was I went to their website, put in my school student email address, and then they started emailing me coupons for discounts, for student discounts. So just explore all the retail outlets that you go to. Ask them if they offer a student discount. You might be surprised at how much money you could save. So now, number 6, the number 6 tip of how you can save money while in college is to learn to cook. Now, I know you might be grimacing at that. Well, I don't know, learn to cook. I don't really have time for that. I'm in school, I'm going to work. But if you can learn to cook just basic meals, get a crock pot, get a crock pot recipe book. Crock pots are easy meals you can make one day of the week and eat leftovers on for a couple days, or you can make a big pot of spaghetti and just eat on it for a couple of days. And I do know it's hard to cook when you're single, to cook a lot of food just for one person, but cook enough that you can have a few leftover meals. And if you can learn how to just cook basic, simple meals, A, it's twofold. A, you're eating a lot healthier, and B, you're saving a lot of money. So instead of going out to a restaurant every meal, and I know in college, it's not just about going out to the restaurant, it's a social event to see your friends. I get it. So just, I'm not saying not go out 100% of the time, but if you can just start cooking some meals and maybe cut down on some of the eating out, you're going to save a lot of money, and you're also going to be eating a lot healthier. So that is something that to strongly consider as a way to save money. Now our next tip, number 7, our 7th tip on how to save money while in college is to, you might laugh at this, attend events with free food. Now, what is the number one way to attract starving college students to an event on campus? What do you think? Oh, I know. Let's offer some free food. It's a no-brainer. So you will see almost every event, and this includes athletic events too. A lot of the athletic events, like I said, some of the lesser attended sports that want to get fans out. Hey, come to our game and get free pizza. Or hey, come to this event, come to that event. Free food all the time. You've got to open your eyes and pay attention. Now, you'll see flyers, you'll get on the emails from your student email address, they'll send you emails from the listserv, they'll post stuff on social media, they'll post flyers all over campus. So just pay attention to what's being promoted. And it might not even be something that you're interested in, but hey, go check out the event. You might actually learn something. You'll develop a little bit of culture on campus. You might meet some new friends, and you're going to get a free meal out of it. And I'll tell you from personal experience, I had this down to a science. I knew where all the free food was. I knew where to go. I knew what days it was. And I might sound frugal and cheap, but I like to use the word resourceful. So just be resourceful. One of the most expensive costs that you're going to have in life is food. Food expenses is one of the top 3. Housing, transportation, food. Those are your top 3 expenses in life. If you can cut down on the cost of food by picking up some free meals throughout the week, just by going to an on-campus event and spending 30 minutes at, it's worth your time. So pay attention to that. You will save a lot of money. So moving on to our 8th and final tip on how to save money while you're in college is to earn your degree in 4 years, or better said, earn your 4-year degree in 4 years. Now, the average time it takes for people to earn a 4-year degree is closer to 6 years. Why is that? Well, I don't know, but there's a lot of reasons why that happens. But for me, I will admit it took me 5.5 years to get my undergrad degree. That should have taken me 4. So the longer you're in school, guess what? The more expenses it's going to be. If you're budgeting for a 4-year college degree and you go to school and it takes you 6 years, that's 2 more years of expenses, tuition, books, fees that you haven't planned for, and that's how people get in trouble with the student loan debt, etc. So this is something that you want to maybe meet with an academic advisor once you declare your major. Go meet with your campus advisor and formulate a plan of how, make sure that you are on target to graduate on time, because the longer you stay in school, the more you're going to pay for it, and the less time you're going to have out in the workforce. So you might be costing yourself 2 years of a full-time salary staying in school for 2 extra years. So you see what I'm saying. So those are my top 8 tips. There's a lot more tips in my book you can check out called It Is Possible, How I Earned 2 Debt-Free Degrees and How You Can Too. So I'll link that to the description below if you want to check out my book. Also, if you want to support me further, please consider subscribing to my channel, and you can visit my website for more of my resources, yourmarginmatters.com. And until next time, this is Jason Brown saying thanks so much for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope this sparked an idea for you to save money in your life and while you're a student at school. There's lots and lots of ways to save money. That's just a few of them off the top of my head. So until next time, Jason Brown saying thanks so much for watching. And don't forget to remember, it's not the amount of money you make, but the margin that matters the most. We'll see you next time.